This is Portimão, and it's the final destination for our 1,500 mile road trip. And over the past few months, we've been getting all our track cars ready for this event. So tonight is the night that we were all supposed to go to Jake's to get the cars aligned. Well, things didn't quite go as planned. While we were waiting outside with the cars idling, Ed's car started misfiring and then just died on us. It was Monday and the big trip was coming up on Friday, and we just didn't have enough time to fix anything major. But after a quick look, we figured out that the 3D printed throttle bracket for Ed's S54 ITBs had melted. We always had it in the back of our minds that the 3D print might not be a permanent solution, and had thought about sending it to someone who could CNC a metal piece. But we had never driven or ran the car that long before, and we had all just totally forgot about it. And now we had just simply run out of time. We pushed the car in, took the 3D printed part with us, and headed over to Jake to see if there was anything we could do. So as soon as we got to Jake's, we plasma cut an 8mm steel plate using the 3D print as a template.
When you say spacers, what do you mean by spacers?
Just because it's steel now, we can just weld 3 spacers to make it level.
Fun times.
Rather than cut the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Just put...
Oh, so you're saying
just have it
that
up.
this sticking up doesn't make a difference?
Well,
It
Just
does
have
make
it
a
up.
difference,
it does, but we can just...
Cue another argument.
There's no arguments.
Yet.
No. There's no arguments.
If we can...
Tell Ed how to design the part that you designed.
I will.
1 sugar milk, please, yeah. It's just... Is that going to be strong enough?
I've got no rulers here.
Can I have a steel rule, please, Joe?
I've got a steel rule.
Safe.
It's the Mexican milk, 2 sugars.
Yeah.
John's
2 sugars for you.
1 sugar.
1 sugar.
This is called a rule, not a ruler.
Yeah, we know.
You know, likes to pretend he's a ruler.
Wallahi.
What we're trimming.
Come.
Shut the fuck up!
Stop swearing. What's happened, Ed?
Well, this melted.
What does that hold, Ed?
Actuator.
Was it expected to melt?
It was actually, we forgot.
We did think it would do, but because it survived for so long, we're like, it must be okay. Guess what? Idling for 30 minutes, not okay.
Okay. Give that here.
Look at him.
No. Look at her.
Look at her!
Look at her. So you're
Follow
actually...
the line through here.
Ed.
Bro, if I designed it, so I know how it goes together. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm not an engineer, I'm a welder.
For that.
So, please.
So just here.
Yeah. Just the...
That's it. Give it a squiggly line. Indicate scrap. Because we've got time for this.
Can we just, can Jake just have that?
It's alright, we're just going to edit this out.
What art pieces are making?
It's a skull and crossbones, but he's not drawn the skull. There you go.
He's got a big fat round head.
Look.
Leave that man alone.
I have. I've given him what I think, and it's calm. We've sorted.
Look at the size of these
Look at this, though. Look at this hoof. Who is even still smoking with this on the pad? with plastic.
Told you it's coming.
And you're measuring it 20 times and you don't need to. It's
do
really
need
not
to.
that difficult.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
So with the steel bracket that we quickly threw together, we rushed back over to the unit to fit it to Ed's car.
Yo, so, boom! It's Monday. We have, I can't count, we're leaving Friday. This was off to go get MOT today. It didn't make it. Here's the CCTV footage of us breaking down. So, it started making a weird knocking noise. We were well concerned. We knew it wasn't bottom end knock. We thought the injectors were fucking stuck open and shit, but that's not the case. So what happened was, the OEM throttle thing, what's this? This is the throttle, right?
An actuator.
Throttle actuator for the shit engine, which is the M54. Everyone on the internet's gonna say it's the best engine in the world, whatever. Ed 3D printed a bracket, however, due to the heat of the block and a few other bits and bobs, said bracket became a banana. And
More than a banana.
more than a banana. So the bolts came loose. So what was happening was the actuator was just smashing the bottom of the M3 manifold somewhere here. So because this is almost like a amplifier, all we could hear was, and we were like, what the fiction? Something's knocking. Because that's come loose. So we've been to Jake's, there's some content there. And we've fabricated a steel plate which looks turd, but
If it works,
it's gonna work, right? Do you need to shimmy that up and down at all to adjust?
I might need
the throttle
to...
bodies?
Hold on, it'll tell me... Oh no, it's got enough movement.
Sure?
Yeah, well, I'll fire it up, plug the diagnostics in, and it will tell me whether it's enough or not.
Okay, so we've made it. You can see it from here, it's a bit better. So we got some, I think it was like 8mm or 10mm steel plate. We cut it some more, we drilled some holes, we welded some shit. When I say we, I mean Jake pretty much did. I talked a load of shit. There was a mini argument in between, but we're back. So, it's still Monday, but it's now way later than expected. Before MOT, this was going to Rambaldini's welding services. This was getting aligned, the E92 is getting aligned, the E46 is having a recheck, and the M6 is having a recheck on alignment. So we want to have the 4 cars there already, but we didn't quite get there. But we will. So the E92 is there, the M6 is there,
Is that the right size?
the M3 is there, the Clubsport is about to go there. So old spark plugs out. It's been running a little bit rich, but we know that. It still needs to go off the TRS for calibration after it's been MOT'd. So what's happening is new spark plugs going in, bosh. New coil packs going in, bosh. Manifold, bish, bish, bosh. Bonnet down, on road, alignment, drop off the test. Tomorrow is another day. We were always going to make it. I'm sure there'd be people that were doubting the ability. We've got loads of time left, but shit like this does happen. So, are we ready, Bled?
We will check.
You're going to check nothing without spark plugs?
Well, I can check if the actuator works without spark plugs.
Oh, very clever. Give it a rev, mate.
No revs. It's really close to
To what, Bled?
that.
To who?
To that, because it's the whole thing is moved
To
this
where?
way. To here.
Oh, man, you got loads of room. You've got so much space.
Cool. That works.
Come on.
Probably gonna fail the test to begin with, but we'll see.
Test.
It does a start procedure.
Testington. It failed.
It didn't fail. It did fail.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, EML light, come on.
So, does it need to move down a bit?
Yep. I need to wind it down. Send it this way. Bogger.
It do be blue, you know.
It do be blue though, yeah. That's for sure. And the old oil cooling system is leak free, so that's always positive.
I mean, duh. Alright, I'm gonna go get the other shit then.
Please, yeah. The funny thing is that I only need it to pass once. Because once it's passed the actuator test once, then the second actuator test, when you turn the car on, it only goes one way. Yeah, I can't get it to go low enough because it's touchy. Once it's set, yeah. I just need to grind a little bit there. Hopefully. To get it there. How do I get in there?
Right, Sparky boys then. Big up NGK for making spark plugs forever. I bet they don't like EVs, do they? I bet they probably thought they have a business for life. Do we know the torque sequence settings for these yet?
Oh, just do it by feel.
Yeah, it says.
It goes do by hand.
It says do by hand, then then half turn.
Half to 2/3 of a turn. It's literally what it says.
By feel.
Yeah.
Suck your feels. Yo, so boom, we've installed the spark plug.
We have not installed.
We'll just use some Mansouri paste. Oh, boom buckler.
Yeah, there's a caller ID.
Phone call coming in. My brand new Samsung's failing. And you see it right before you.
If it moves, it might be okay. No.
No movement.
Yeah, no, it's failed.
I didn't even try this time.
No, it won't. If it's failed once, it won't try again. How do we have an extension lead? I need power. Sure.
Gear.
I'm sorry in advance for all headphone users. You'll find out why in a second. But if it is too much for you, skip ahead to 15 minutes and 5 seconds.
Oh, that belt. And the misfire.
Cool.
Why is it missing?
Because I've had to add a spring to it to open the throttle bodies up more.
When?
Just now to get past the actuator test.
Why?
Because this is in the wrong place.
Why?
Because the bracket's changed. Hopefully it'll be okay now.
Did you make 10mm holes?
Yeah.
You didn't, did you?
Yes.
You
Oh no,
didn't.
sorry, 8. But it doesn't matter.
It
It's in the
does.
wrong place.
Yeah, but you
I've had
could've-
to cut the bracket to make it fit.
Yeah, but you
more.
could move that
I couldn't. I've had to cut the bracket.
with 10mm holes.
I'm not arguing.
I don't understand
Done.
why you couldn't.
Because I've had to shave the bracket down, even with the 8mm holes. The 8mm holes are big enough. It's just that the bracket is too tight. Because it's
what?
different now.
Tight to what?
Tight to the actuator body. You know the bit that comes down, the belly that comes down. It's too tight to it. It's different. It's a different
No.
design.
I don't understand.
You know the extra bit here, that corner bit. You know how I had nothing on the corner?
Yeah.
Now we've got this much. Means every time I try to push the actuator down, it's fouling on that.
Cut
I've had
more off it.
It's fine.
It's not.
I've
It's
just taken the
misfiring.
spring off it.
It's not fine. You said you've had to change something because the bracket's not
Yes,
the same.
I've just put the spring
Let's
to
make
pass
it
the
the
test.
same. It's missing. And that belt is so tight, bro.
That's better. I've taken the spring off it. Oh, that's open.
Okay.
That needs to be blocked.
With what? This?
Yeah. That's so annoying.
Don't do it, Nuno. No.
Where's your spray?
No, we don't need to hear it closer.
I'm sorry, but if we had to endure it, so do you. So we actually managed to fix the car, and this will be the first time Ed drives his car on the road. After almost 5 years, with this crazy idea of building the most lightweight E46 possible, Ed finally gets to drive his car.
The noise. The noise. I fucking love it. Yeah, I've got the noise cancelling on.
And just like that, the new and improved 330 completes its first journey. In the next episode, the 330 gets aligned, tuned, and MOT'd, and we finally get to find out how much it actually weighs. And if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment and let us know what you think about the build.
That's really light. How the f*** is my M3 1,300 kilos?
It's 1,000 kilos. That was the goal. It was 1,000 kilos.
Christmas Day, make sure you don't miss the Portimão special.